You are not lazy, you are just living a life that doesn't belong to you. Society, your parents, your teachers handed you a script for safety. But that safety is actually a prison that is suffocating your potential and draining your energy every single day. If you don't burn that script right now, you're gonna wake up in 10 years filled with regret, realizing you spent your best energy building someone else's dream while yours died in the dark. In 2003, the British cycling team was a total joke. In 100 years of Olympic competition, they had won just a single gold medal, and they'd never won the Tour de France. They were so bad that bike manufacturers actually refused to sell them equipment because they were afraid it would hurt their brand image. Then they hired a man named Dave Brailsford. He didn't try to change everything overnight. He didn't make a massive, scary leap. He believed in the aggregation of marginal gains. He looked for the 1% improvements in tiny areas that nobody else was looking at. They redesigned the bike seats to be more comfortable. They rubbed alcohol on the tires for better grip. They even hired a surgeon to teach their riders the best way to wash their hands to avoid getting a cold. They tested different pillows to see which one gave the best sleep. People thought he was crazy focusing on these tiny details, but 5 years later, the British cycling team dominated the road and track cycling events at the 2008 Olympics in Beijing, where they won 60% of the gold medals available. 4 years later in London, they set 9 Olympic records and 7 world records. Small changes, when added together, create a completely new life. I know what it feels like to look at your life and feel like the gap between where you are and where you want to be is impossible to close. When I was 19, I had to make the hardest decision of my life. I was studying to be a banker, which was the safe, approved path. I had a great job offer, but deep down, I wanted to join 2 friends in a biotech software startup. It made no logical sense. The startup had no money. I would have 30% equity of nothing, and I had no idea how to run a business. And I felt this huge pressure to just take the job and be normal. But I used a tool I learned from Jeff Bezos called the regret minimization framework. I imagine myself as an old man. So you go forward, look at 85 years old, look back on your life, and ask yourself, would I regret trying this startup and failing? And the answer was no. I'd be proud that I tried. Then I asked, would I regret taking the safe job and never knowing what could have happened? And the answer was a big yes. I realized I would rather know and fail than not know. So I took the risk. It was messy. It was hard. I struggled for a long time, but it was the first step in actually owning my life. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but Evan, you had a business opportunity. I'm just trying to get through the day. Or I've messed up too many times to fix it now. The truth is, chaos is just energy waiting for direction. The truth is, you don't need to be perfect to fix your life. You just need momentum. You fix your life by making one small, bold choice after another until your identity shifts from someone who waits to someone who acts. Here are 31 ways to get your life together starting right now. If you've been here before, drop a hashtag believe in the comments below so I can feature you here in a future video. And if you're new, welcome to Believe Nation, the only channel that helps you believe in yourself daily, one video at a time. Believe. Number 1, find your one word. Most people's lives are messed because they don't have a filter. You have too many options and no direction. You need to find your one word. This is your core value. It is the single most important thing that you stand for. So my word is believe. Every decision I make, every video I film, every person I hire, I ask, does this spread belief? If the answer is no, I don't do it. When you don't have a core value, you say yes to things you hate just to please other people. You take jobs for money instead of a mission. You date people who don't respect you. Finding your one word makes decision-making easy. It gives you a North Star to operate from. Stop trying to be everything to everyone and be one thing to the world. Number 2, stop checking your phone in the morning. So when you wake up and immediately look at your phone, you are starting your day in reaction mode. You are letting other people's agendas, bad news, and emergencies dictate your emotional state. You're giving your power away before you have even brushed your teeth. Your brain is most suggestible right when you wake up. If you flood it with stress, you will be stressed all day. If you flood it with comparison from social media, you will feel behind all day. Get your life together by reclaiming the first 30 minutes of your day. Create something before you consume. Do something for you before you do something for the world. Number 3, put your heroes in your ears. I don't have Steve Jobs' phone number. I can't call Elon Musk for advice, but I spend time with them every single morning. How? I listen to their speeches, their interviews, and their stories. I make the videos on my channel first for me. I need to hear their conviction because it helps me reprogram my own brain. You're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, but these people don't have to be in the same room as you. If you're physical environment is negative, change your digital environment. Flood your brain with the voices of people who have done what you want to do. It changes what you think is normal. Number 4, the 2-minute rule. Procrastination is usually just you making a task too big in your head. The 2-minute rule says that if a task takes less than 2 minutes to do it right now. Don't write it down, don't plan it, just do it. Wash the dish, send the email, file the paper. When you leave these tiny open loops, they drain your mental battery. Closing them gives you immediate momentum. It teaches your brain that you are a person who takes action. You stop being a person who will do it later and become a person who does it now. Number 5, clean your physical environment. So your external world is a reflection of your internal world. If your desk is covered in trash, your mind is likely full of clutter. You cannot do high-level work in a low-level environment. Now, I'm not asking you to be a minimalist monk. I'm asking you to respect your work enough to give it a clean space. When you clear your physical space, you clear your mental space. It lowers your cortisol and allows you to focus. So take 10 minutes today and just clean one area, your desk, your car, your bedroom. It's a small win that sets the standard for everything else. Number 6, use the regret minimization framework. So I talked about this earlier on in the video. Fear of failure stops you from acting, but fear of regret should terrify you into action. When you're facing a big decision, you're starting the business, you're asking for the sale, you're posting the video. Don't ask, what if I fail? Ask, will I regret not doing this when I'm 80? Failure is temporary. Regret lasts forever. Failure teaches you a lesson. Regret haunts you with the what ifs. So use that framework to make the bold choice that aligns with your future self, not your current fears. Number 7, expect to suck at the start. The reason you don't start is because you have good taste, but your skills aren't there yet. You compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. When I started on YouTube, I was shy. I was introverted. I wasn't the guy that you see now. It took me 350 videos before I wasn't completely embarrassed by my own content. 350. It took me 5 years to get to 2,000 subscribers. If I had judged myself on the results of the first year, I would have quit. You have to give yourself permission to be bad so you can eventually become good. Number 8. Damn the Doritos. I love Doritos. This is my weakness. But for a long time, I've kept a bag of Doritos sitting behind my desk right there, unopened. Why? To remind myself that I am stronger than the Doritos. Discipline is a muscle. Every time I look at that bag and didn't eat it, I cast a vote in the identity of a disciplined person. My mouth is watering now just thinking about it. You need to find your Doritos. Find the small temptation that controls you and prove to yourself that you are the master of your impulses. It builds self-trust. Number 9, audit your circle. So Jim Rohn said you're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. If your friends are complaining, they're lazy, they're negative, you will be too. It's not because you're weak, it's because humans are social creatures and we mimic our tribe. So you might need to fire some friends. You might need to spend less time with family members who tear you down. And this is hard, but it's necessary. You can't fly like an eagle if you are always surrounded with turkeys. Surround yourself with people who make your impossible look like they're normal. Number 10, do one scary thing every day. Fear, it's a compass. It's a directional signal. It tells you exactly where you need to grow. The things you are afraid to do, you make that call, speak up, launch that product. Those are the things that hold your next level of success. You don't get confidence by waiting for it. You get confidence by doing the scary thing and surviving. So train your nervous system to handle pressure. Start small. Say hi to a stranger. Take a cold shower. Post that YouTube video. Prove to your brain that fear is just a feeling. It's not something that stops you. 11, schedule your day. If you don't design your day, someone else will. A to-do list is not enough because it doesn't account for time. You need to time block. Give every task a specific home in your calendar. When you treat your time like money, you stop wasting it. Block out time for your deep work. Block out time for your health. If it's not on the calendar, it's not real. This stops you from drifting and keeps you focused on execution. Number 12, practice gratitude. Rewire your brain. So your brain's designed to look for danger and problems. It's a survival mechanism. To be happy and productive, you have to retrain it to look for opportunity. So as an example, every morning you can write down 3 things you're grateful for. Not just my house or my dog. Be specific. I'm grateful for the warm coffee that I'm drinking right now. Right? It trains your reticular activating system, your RAS, to spot the good in your life. When you see more good, you have more energy to attack your goals. Number 13, eliminate, automate, delegate. You are doing things right now that you should not be doing. Look at your task list. First, eliminate. What is on here that just doesn't need to happen? What are you doing out of guilt or habit? Delete it. Second, automate. What can software do for you? Scheduling emails, paying bills, posting content. Third, delegate. If you can't delete it or automate it, who else can do it for you? You need to buy back your time so you can focus on your zone of genius. Number 14, get moving. Motion creates emotion. If you feel stuck, depressed, or low energy, check your body. Are you slumped over? Have you moved today? I use a trampoline. I'm on it right now. I jump on it to change my state. I do salsa dancing. You don't need to run a marathon. Just move your body. It releases dopamine and endorphins that you need to solve hard problems. You can't think your way out of a rut, but you can move your way out. 15, your purpose comes from your pain. You're trying to find a niche or a business idea. Stop looking outside. Look inside. What have you struggled with the most? What was the hardest thing you ever overcame? Your purpose is to help the person you used to be. I help entrepreneurs because I struggled as an entrepreneur. I felt alone. I don't want anyone else to feel that way. When you serve the person you used to be, you have unlimited motivation because you care deeply. It's not just a business now for you, it's a mission. Number 16. Stop waiting for permission. Nobody's going to come to your house, knock on your door, and give you a certificate that says you are now ready to be successful, right? That person does not exist. You have to pick yourself. You have to authorize your own success. If you are waiting for an investor, a publisher, or a boss to tell you that you're good enough, you will wait forever. Start the YouTube channel, write the book, launch the offer, validate yourself through action. Also, if you want to take real action after this video, I made a free worksheet just for you. It covers the top lessons from today, gives you space to write your biggest takeaways, and helps you build a simple action plan. It's 100% free. Just click the link in the description and go grab it. I'll see you there. Number 17, track your numbers. So you can't improve what you do not measure. This applies to your money, to your health, and to your business. Most people hide from their numbers because they are afraid of the truth. So you can look at your bank account. You can look at your screen time. You can look at your sales calls. The truth might hurt, but the truth allows you to fix it. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is a slow death. So get real with your data so you can get real results. As Dan Sullivan says, all progress begins with telling the truth. Number 18, say no. Warren Buffett said, the difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. When you are starting, you say yes to everything to get traction. But to get your life together, you have to start saying no. No to distractions. No to bad clients. No to events that don't align with your mission. Every time you say yes to something minor, you are saying no to something major. Protect your time like it's the most valuable asset because it is. Number 19, visualize your success. So Jim Carrey famously wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered when he was broke. He kept it in his wallet. He looked at it every day. Years later, he earned exactly that amount for the movie Dumb and Dumber. Visualization is not magic, it's just focus. When you visualize what you want, you prime your brain to see the opportunities that will get you there. You have to see in your mind before you can hold it in your hand. Number 20, drink more water. This sounds too simple to be on the list, but your brain is 73% water. Even mild dehydration kills your focus, kills your energy, and kills your mood. Most of us are walking around tired and foggy, trying to fix with caffeine when you really just need water. Get a big bottle, keep it on your desk, drink it. It's the easiest productivity hack in the world. If you can't even drink water for your success, how are you going to do the hard stuff? Number 21, forgive your past self. You can't go forward if you're constantly looking backwards. You've made mistakes. You have wasted time. You have failed. Good. That means you are human. Beating yourself up does not fix the past. It just ruins your present. So forgive the younger version of you who didn't know any better. They did the best they could with what they had. Take the lesson, leave the guilt, and move forward. Guilt is heavy, and to move forward, you need to travel light. Number 22, focus on who, not how. So when you have a big goal, you usually ask, how do I do this? That's the trap. It leads to overwhelm and procrastination because you don't have the skills yet. Instead, you can ask, who knows how to do this? Find a mentor, hire an expert, partner with someone. You don't have to learn every skill yourself. Success becomes a team sport. Stop trying to be the lone wolf and start building your team. Number 23, read biographies. Don't just read how-to books. Read the life stories of the people that you admire. You need to see the struggles. You need to see that Steve Jobs got fired from his own company. You need to see that Oprah was fired for her news anchor job. Biographies humanize success. They show you that the people who changed the world were just like you, full of doubt, facing obstacles, and figuring it out as they went. It gives you permission to struggle and still win. Number 24, the 5-second rule. So Mel Robbins discovered that there is a 5-second window between having an instinct to act and your brain killing it with doubt. So when you have the impulse to speak up, to get out of bed, to introduce yourself, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move. It shuts off the prefrontal cortex, part of your brain that overthinks. You have to act before you think yourself out of greatness. Number 25, celebrate small wins. If you only celebrate the giant milestones, you will be miserable for 99% of the journey. Success becomes a game of momentum. So did you film that video? Celebrate. Did you make the sales call? Celebrate. Did you choose the salad? Celebrate. When you celebrate, you release dopamine. That dopamine makes you want to do the behavior again. You're literally chemically wiring yourself for success. Number 26, do deep work. We live in an economy of distraction. The ability to focus without distraction now is a superpower. Most people are just skimming the surface of their work. So turn off the notifications, put the phone in a different room, close the tabs, give yourself 1 hour of pure, uninterrupted focus on your most important task. You'll produce more in that 1 hour than most people do in an entire day. Deep work is rare, which makes it valuable. Number 27. Be consistent. Consistency is the most underrated element of success. It's not about being great once, it's about being good every single day. When I was starting, I wasn't the best speaker. I wasn't the smartest guy, but I was the most consistent. I showed up when I didn't want to. I showed up when nobody was watching. Consistency builds trust. Trust with your audience and trust with yourself. You can't rely on motivation. Motivation flies away. You have to rely on your consistency. Number 28, find a mentor. You don't have enough time to make all the mistakes yourself. You need to learn from the mistakes of others. So a mentor can save you 10 years of frustration with one conversation. You don't need to pay millions for this. You can find mentors in books, on YouTube, right here, or by offering value to people in your industry. Be humble enough to ask for help and smart enough to listen when you get it. Number 29, fix your sleep. You cannot hustle if you are dead on your feet. Sleep is where your brain cleans itself. It's when you process emotions and consolidate memories. If you are cutting sleep to work harder, you're actually working dumber. You make bad decisions, you get irritable, and you burn out. So prioritize your sleep like it's a business meeting. Set a bedtime alarm, dark room, cool temperature. Protect your recovery. Number 30, content creation is service. So stop thinking about content creation as being famous. Think of it as service. If you have an answer to a problem that someone else is suffering from and you don't share it, you're being selfish. Your story can save someone. Your advice can change a life, but only if they hear it. Get over your fear of judgment by focusing on your desire to help. When you focus on the person you are serving, the fear of the camera disappears. And number 31, believe. This is the foundation of everything. You have to believe you're capable of more. You have to believe that your past does not equal your future. You have to believe that you have a unique genius inside of you that is waiting to be unleashed. The world will try to beat this belief out of you. It will tell you to be realistic. It will tell you to settle. Don't listen. Guard your belief with your life, because if you don't believe in you, nobody else will. So you have the tools now. You have the roadmap. You have the permission. Now all you need is the action. Stop waiting for the perfect time. The perfect time is a myth. The only time you have is right now. Take one of these 31 ways and do it today. Not tomorrow, today. Prove to yourself that you are ready for the next level. And congratulations, you're one video closer to who you're meant to be. Believe. Now let's learn some incredible morning habits for success. You are sabotaging your success every single morning without even realizing it. Most entrepreneurs roll out of bed and dive straight into emails or social media. If you keep starting your day on the wrong foot, you will continue struggling with low energy, high stress, and missed opportunities. The transformative power of a morning routine. Imagine losing everything and falling into a deep depression, then turning it all around with one morning habit. That's exactly what happened to Hal Elrod, friend of the channel. In 2007, Hal's business collapsed and he was drowning in debt and despair. In his lowest moment, he decided to commit to a simple morning ritual. He started waking up with purpose and spending time exercising, reading, and writing in a journal each morning. The change was dramatic. It gave him hope and a plan to rebuild his life. That morning routine became the Miracle Morning, a practice so effective it helped Hal go from rock bottom to a best-selling author and global speaker. If a morning habit could pull someone back from the brink of failure, imagine what it could do for you. Hal's story proves that how you start your day can change your life. It's not magic or luck, it's a habit available to anyone. But maybe you're thinking, okay, that sounds great for him, but I'm not a morning person, Evan. So let's address that concern and other doubts before we dive into the steps. I'm not a morning person. Now, you might be saying, I'm just not built for early mornings, or I don't have time. The truth is, you don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. or transform overnight. This habit isn't about the hour on the clock. It's about what you do with your first hour after waking, whenever that is. If you usually wake up at 8 a.m., starting your day with intention at 8 a.m. can be just as powerful as someone else's 5 a.m. routine. So start by waking 15 minutes earlier than you do now and using that time for yourself. Gradually, you can build up to 30 minutes or an hour for your morning habit. Even if you're a night owl, you can design a morning ritual that fits your schedule. The key is consistency. Doing it every morning so you can create momentum. In fact, maintaining a regular wake-up time, whatever you choose, helps you sleep better and feel more energized. And if you're worried that you're going to feel groggy, remember that quality beats quantity. Waking up with a clear plan, even on slightly less sleep, can leave you more refreshed than sleeping in and rushing out the door. The other objection I hear a lot is, I don't have time, my mornings are too busy. But consider this, a good morning habit creates time through greater productivity and focus. By investing 20 to 30 minutes in yourself at the start of the day, you'll likely gain back hours of improved concentration and energy later on. You will handle tasks faster with less stress because you started in the right state of mind, which leads us to how to do it. So let's break down the morning habit into clear steps you can follow. Each of these steps are science-backed and used by successful people every single day. The life-changing morning habit, step by step. Your powerful morning habit is essentially a simple routine with a few key parts. Follow these steps each morning, adjust the exact timing to your needs, and you will kickstart your body and brain for maximum purpose, energy, and performance. Wake up on purpose. No more snoozing. So how to do it? Set a fixed wake up time and get up as soon as your alarm goes off. Place your alarm or phone across the room so you have to stand up to go turn it off. Resist the snooze button. Those few extra minutes of fragmented sleep actually make you more tired. Instead, take a deep breath, drink a glass of water, and get moving out of bed. As a quick first win, you can make your bed neatly or grab that glass of water. This sounds trivial, but it immediately gives you a small sense of accomplishment. As Admiral William McRaven said in a famous speech, if you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride. It's a little spark of success to start your morning. So why it works. Waking up at a consistent time trains your mind and body to be alert when you need it. It builds self-discipline by proving that you are in control of your morning, not just reacting to tiredness. And research backs this up. Early risers tend to be more proactive and effective in their careers compared to night owls. In one Harvard study, people who identified as morning people were found to be more productive and better positioned for success. Also, keeping a regular sleep to wake schedule, even on weekends, improves your overall rest and energy levels. So when you start your day on your terms, not by oversleeping or by scrambling and rushing, you set a confident tone. You're telling your brain that you are in charge, which boosts your focus for everything that comes next. Move your body, exercise, even just a little. How to do it. So spend at least 15 to 30 minutes on physical activity each morning. This can mean a quick workout, a brisk walk in your neighborhood, some stretching, yoga, whatever gets your blood flowing. Now, if you're new to exercise, start small. Try a 10-minute walk or a short body weight routine at home. The goal is to get your heart rate up and muscles working. Ideally, do this before you look at your phone or settle into work. Make it the first real activity of your day. If you can get outside for a walk or a jog, even better. Natural morning light plus movement is a powerful combination. Morning sunlight has a huge positive effect on your mood and alertness. For example, you could do what I do. I call it my Believe Walk. I head outside, put on some upbeat songs, and walk or run around the block to literally step into a positive mindset. Find a physical activity you enjoy and use it to shake off sleep and wake your body up fully. Here's why it works. Morning exercise is like flipping a switch that turns on your energy for the rest of the day. You're releasing endorphins, those are the feel-good chemicals, and sending more oxygen to your brain. There's solid science here. Researchers have found that moderate exercise in the morning improves cognitive performance, things like decision-making and focus, for hours afterwards. One study showed that older adults who took a brisk morning walk did better on decision-making tasks throughout the day than those who stayed sedentary. So exercise doesn't just wake you up, it literally makes your brain sharper by boosting proteins like BDNF, which helps create new neural connections. One study noted that morning workouts elevated these brain-supporting proteins for 8 hours straight. And of course, the mood benefits are huge. Harvard researchers report that exercise improves mood and reduces anxiety by releasing tension and improving your sleep quality. So, the bottom line, moving your body in the morning gives you an immediate jolt of energy a clearer mind, and a happier mood. It's like lighting a fire that will keep you warm and motivated all day. Find stillness for your mind, meditation or breathing. So after you exercise and boost your energy, take a few minutes to calm and center your mind. This could be as simple as sitting quietly and focusing on your breath for 5 to 10 minutes. You might try meditation techniques. There are many apps and guided videos if you're new to this, or just sit there in silence and pay attention to your inhales and your exhales. If meditation isn't your style, you can practice just deep breathing exercises. For example, inhale slowly for a count of 4, hold for 4, then exhale for 4. And repeat. The key is to give yourself a moment of peace and mindfulness. Let go of any of those swirling thoughts about your to-do list and the day ahead. Be present. Some people prefer to pray or visualize positive outcomes during this time. That can work too. The form isn't as important as the effect. You're training your brain to be focused and calm. Even 5 minutes of mindfulness each morning can make a huge difference. Here's why it works. We live in a world of constant noise and distractions. Your brain's going a mile a minute, and stress can ramp up quickly as the day goes on. So starting with a calm mind is like putting on mental armor, and you'll be less reactive and more resilient when challenges come your way. Scientific studies have demonstrated profound benefits of regular mindfulness. Practicing meditation has been shown to reduce stress, anxiety, and even symptoms of depression. In fact, a comprehensive review of over 200 studies found that mindfulness meditation is highly effective at reducing stress and improving your overall mental health. When you meditate, you're training your brain to focus and let go of negative thoughts. And over time, this leads to actual physical changes in the brain, increased gray matter in areas associated with memory and emotional regulation. You'll notice that you stay calmer under pressure and you maintain concentration longer than you were before. By including a few minutes of silence or deep breathing in your morning, you will carry a sense of control and stability into everything that you do all day. Instead of starting your workday frazzled, you'll start it centered and clear-headed. Write down gratitude and goals. Journal for clarity. So now that your body is energized and your mind is clear, grab a notebook or a journal and spend the next 5 to 10 minutes writing 2 things. First, a short gratitude list, and second, your top intentions or goals for the day. For gratitude, simply jot down 3 things that you're grateful for this morning. They could be huge things, I'm grateful for my supportive family, or really small things, like I'm grateful for this hot cup of coffee, Tim Hortons. The act of writing them down is what counts. It forces you to focus on the positive. Next, write out your priorities or goals for the day. What do you most want to accomplish or make progress on? List the 1 to 3 most important tasks or goals that you have for today. If you have a big long-term goal, you might rewrite that each morning as well to keep it front and center for you. For example, if you're building your business, your daily intention might be, I want to finish my proposal for client X, or a broader goal like grow my online sales by 50% this month. Whatever is top of mind for you. By writing it down, you're turning a wish into a concrete target. Some people also include a daily affirmation or a quote that inspires them. Feel free, do what works for you. The key practice is put pen to paper or fingers on your keyboard and articulate your gratitude and your focus for the day. This whole step can be done in just a few minutes. This isn't an hour-long exercise, but don't underestimate its power. Here's why it works. Journaling in this way combines 2 proven success habits, practicing gratitude and setting clear intentions. So let's start with gratitude. When you write things down that you appreciate, you are literally training your brain to see the good in your life. Psychology research shows that a regular gratitude practice can dramatically improve your mood and your outlook. For instance, a study by psychologists at UC Davis and University of Miami found that people who wrote weekly gratitude lists were more optimistic, and they felt better about their lives and even exercised more and had fewer doctor visits compared to those who focused on negative or neutral things in their lives. Another study at UCLA found that just 15 minutes of gratitude journaling a day done consistently boosts mental wellness and shifts your mindset to a more positive perspective. So, gratitude resets your attitude to one of abundance and possibility. And that is the perfect mindset to tackle your goals for the day. Now, writing down your goals or priorities taps into the power of intention. It's not enough to just have goals in your head. You need to clarify them on paper or on your computer. Writing things down signals to your brain that they matter, and it kickstarts your commitment. In fact, a study by psychologist Dr. Gail Matthews found that you become 42% more likely to achieve your goals just by writing them down. That's a huge difference for such a simple habit. The act of writing creates a psychological contract with yourself. You're no longer vague about what you want to do. You have a written promise staring right back at you. This increases the chance that you'll actually take action. Productivity experts also note that when you define your top 1 to 3 tasks for the day, often called MITs, most important tasks, in the morning, you are far more likely to get those done because you don't waste energy on less important stuff. You've set your focus. Gratitude gives you a positive lens, and goal setting gives you a target. Together, this journaling practice ensures that you start your day both motivated and purpose-driven. So you're not just reacting to random events, you're actively creating the day that you want. Fuel with positivity. No negative inputs first. So the final piece of this morning habit is to feed your mind with positive, uplifting input. This means deliberately choosing what you listen to, what you watch, what you read at the start of the day. Many people make the mistake of scrolling news headlines or checking social media first thing. And unfortunately, that often means the first thing you feed your brain is negativity or stress. So don't do that to yourself. Instead, choose one positive source to engage with for a few minutes. You could read 10 pages of an inspiring book or biography of an entrepreneur that you admire, learning from some great minds. You could listen to a motivational podcast or audiobook while you're getting dressed or having breakfast. You might even watch a short, encouraging video. I have lots of videos on this channel that you can go back and watch. The idea is to surround yourself with motivation and knowledge before the outside world throws challenges at you. For example, when I started my YouTube channel years ago, I made a habit to watch a clip of one of my favorite entrepreneurs each morning to fire me up. It could be a Steve Jobs speech or a Les Brown motivational bit. It always reminded me of what's possible. You can do the same with whatever voices inspire you. Another simple option, play music that lifts you up. This is one of my personal favorites. I have a playlist of high energy songs. I call it my Believe playlist that makes me feel confident. Even a few minutes of an upbeat song while you brush your teeth can put a smile on your face. The only rule here is to avoid negative media early in the day. Save the news feed and emails for later, after your morning routine is done. So here's why it works. The first thing you consume in the morning sets the mental tone for the entire day. If you start with doom and gloom news, your brain will subconsciously expect and look for doom and gloom all day. In fact, research led by psychologist Sean Anker found that just 3 minutes of negative news in the morning increase the odds of having a bad day by 27%. Think about that. A brief glance at distressing news can color your mood hours later. Now, on the flip side, if you fill that first part of your day with optimistic and constructive media, you program your mind to be positive and solution focused. There's a saying, win the morning, win the day. So part of winning the morning is making sure you are in the right mindset. Reading about someone who overcame odds or learning a new tip for success can spark excitement and creative ideas in your own mind. It reinforces your motivation to tackle your goals. Remember the goals that you just wrote down? Feeding your brain knowledge in the morning is like a warm-up for your intellect. You're essentially saying, I'm open to learning and growth today, which makes you more alert and adaptable all day long. This step is also about protecting your mental energy. By consciously avoiding early stressors like work emails that can wait an hour, you prevent unnecessary anxiety from hijacking your morning peace. Successful entrepreneurs often treat the morning as sacred me time, a chance to invest in themselves before they start serving others or fighting fires. By consuming positive content, you're investing in your mindset. You become more resilient to whatever negativity might arise later because you have built a fortress of positivity to start with. So whether it's through music, books, podcasts, YouTube videos, make sure your morning media lifts you up. And as an added benefit, over time, you'll find that you've read dozens of books or absorbed incredible wisdom in that quiet morning slot, massively increasing your knowledge base too. It's personal growth on autopilot. So by following these 5 steps, we wake up on purpose, we move your body, we find mental stillness, journal your gratitude and goals, and fuel yourself with positivity. You've created a morning routine that touches on mind, body, and purpose. It's a habit loop that will propel you into each day with energy and clarity. This is the most powerful morning habit because it's not just one narrow action, it's a holistic ritual for peak performance. Make it stick and reap the benefits. So now it's time to make this morning habit a permanent part of your life. The first few days might be challenging, change always is, but stick with it. And to help you stick with it, prepare the night before. Decide what time you'll wake up. Lay out your workout clothes. Set your journal and a pen on the table. Remove temptations, like put your phone in airplane mode before bed so you won't see notifications first thing when you wake up. Remember, consistency is more important than perfection. If you miss a day, don't beat yourself up. just start again the next morning. Very soon, you'll start noticing the effects. You'll wake up with purpose, not grogginess. You'll feel more energetic throughout the day because you exercised and got sunlight. You'll find yourself less stressed and less reactive because that meditation and gratitude practice built a calmer, more resilient mind. You'll approach your work with more focus and direction because you set clear goals and priorities at the start of the day. And maybe most importantly, you'll feel proud of yourself. You'll know that you're doing something many people aren't willing to do to better your life. And that confidence compounds over time. This habit is evergreen. It's not a trendy hack that loses its effect. It's fundamentally aligned with how our brains and bodies work. Whether it's a weekday or weekend, whether you're traveling or at home, you can maintain some version of your morning routine to keep you grounded. In challenging times, it will be your anchor. In busy times, it'll be your productivity booster. And in all times, it will give you a sense that you are in control of your destiny one morning at a time. So, picture your future self a month from now after you've committed to this. Envision how much more clear-headed, healthy, and driven you will be. That future you is real, and it all starts with what you do tomorrow morning. You have the blueprint now. Don't wait for Monday or for next month. Start tomorrow. Set your alarm and decide that morning is your new secret weapon. In my own life and in the lives of the entrepreneurs that I have coached, I have seen over and over that this morning habit creates transformations. It helps people break out of ruts, find their purpose, and significantly boost their results. It doesn't cost any money. It doesn't require any special talent or equipment. All it takes is the commitment to show up for yourself each morning. You've made it this far, which tells me that you are serious about improving. Now's the time to take action. Give this habit a real chance, try it for the next 30 days, and see how you feel. Chances are you'll never want to go back to the old way. You become addicted to feeling focused, empowered, and ahead of the game each day. Your morning is your foundation, so build a strong one, and there's no limit to what you can achieve for the rest of the day. So set your intention right now. Tomorrow, you will start your new morning routine. Wake up and execute these steps like your success depends on it, because it does. And over time, this habit won't feel like a chore. It will become the best part of your day. The quiet hour where you win your inner battles and set yourself up to win outside too. Are you ready to change your life one morning at a time? You've got this. I'm rooting for you to experience the incredible difference this will make. Start strong, keep going, and enjoy watching your life elevate to a whole new level. Now go make it happen. Your future self will thank you. I guarantee it. Now let's learn the 5 winning skills to secure your future. Ready to discover the skills that could skyrocket your success this year? These aren't academic theories, they're practical, in-demand abilities that you can learn without a formal degree. Each skill taps into emerging market needs, offers entrepreneurial leverage, and has scalable impact. Let's dive in and imagine the possibilities each one opens up for your business and income. Skill number 1, AI integration and automation, turning intelligence into income. Okay, so what is it? Here we're gonna leverage AI and automation tools to streamline operations, create smarter products, or even launch AI-driven services. It's using machines to do the heavy thinking or doing for you, from chatbots that handle customer inquiries to AI systems that optimize your marketing or inventory in real time. Here's why it matters this year. The AI revolution isn't coming. It's right here now, and it's rewriting the rules of business. By 2024, 70% of organizations reported using AI in some capacity, up from just 55% the year before. Companies are pouring investments into AI at record levels, over $109 billion in the US in 2024, with nearly $34 billion globally into generative AI. And they desperately need people who can make it work. The catch? There's a huge talent gap. 94% of business leaders say they face AI-related skill shortages on their teams, with 1 in 3 reporting massive gaps in critical AI roles. What does that mean? Demand is way bigger than supply, and that means opportunities for you. Entrepreneurs who are AI savvy can step in and command premium prices for their solutions. This isn't just for tech companies either. From healthcare to finance, AI is being woven into daily operations. Even the FDA has approved hundreds of AI-enabled medical devices, and self-driving cars are logging thousands of rides right now. The world is racing to adopt AI, and those who can ride that wave stand to reap huge rewards. So how can entrepreneurs profit? Think of AI as a force multiplier for your business. An entrepreneur with AI skills can automate super boring processes, freeing up time to scale faster. You can make smarter products with better features. You can offer AI consulting and integration services to companies who are willing to pay for help. So for example, a small e-commerce founder might use AI to personalize their shopping experience for each customer automatically, leading to happier customers and higher sales. Or maybe you're launching a micro SaaS tool that uses AI, like a AI scheduling assistant or content generator. Even a one-person business can serve thousands of customers when AI is doing most of the work. The evidence is everywhere. Companies using AI report higher productivity and lower costs, and many have seen AI-driven projects boost their bottom line. One entrepreneur created an AI-powered copywriting service and landed hundreds of clients globally, essentially earning money 24/7 as the AI works for them. The key is that AI is practical and learnable. With countless online courses and tools, you can start applying AI even if you're not a programmer. Many AI platforms are actually plug and play. So this year, knowing how to harness AI is like having a superpower. It's not just about efficiency, it's about unlocking new income streams. From automating your marketing to building the next ChatGPT-like app for a niche industry, AI integration is a skill that can pay off almost immediately. So embrace it and you ride the biggest tech wave of our era straight towards profit. Now, AI might be the brains, but data is the backbone. So next, let's look at the skills that turn raw numbers into gold. Skill number 2, data analytics and business intelligence, profiting from big data. Okay, so what is it? It's the skill of collecting, analyzing, and drawing smart insights from data to drive business decisions. So data analytics is like having X-ray vision for your business. It lets you see the patterns and trends that normal people's eyes would miss. So business intelligence, or BI, goes hand in hand, focusing on those who are using insights to make strategic calls. This skill isn't about math genius, it's about knowing which numbers matter and how to translate them into action. So why it matters right now in this year, we live in a world that has tons of data. Every click, every purchase, every interaction, it can be tracked, but few people know how to turn that ocean of information into actual real value, and that's where you can come in. Companies have realized that gut instinct isn't enough. 81% of businesses now believe data should be at the heart of all decision-making, and they're willing to pay handsomely for those who can deliver results. Why? Because data-driven businesses simply perform better. They're more productive and more profitable on average than their less data-savvy peers. Companies that truly embrace analytics have seen efficiencies boost as high as 60 to 80% in operations. It's not just about giant corporations. Even small startups benefit when they can quickly identify which product feature is a hit or which marketing channel brings the best ROI. And this is a very clear trend. The global big data analytics market is massive. It's over $270 billion in value and still growing. And there's a shortage of professionals who can wrangle data effectively. Executives are literally hungry for insights. A recent survey found 88% of business leaders rank data analytics as a top priority for upskilling in their organization. So this year, being fluent in data is like having a secret weapon in your market. You base decisions on facts, not guesses, which is a recipe for winning. So how can entrepreneurs use it? Data analytics can make you rich in 2 ways. First, by applying it to your own business. You can pinpoint your most profitable customers. You can find inefficiencies to cut. You can test pricing strategies with actual hard evidence. For example, Netflix famously used data analytics to save $1 billion a year by recommending exactly what viewers wanted. So imagine bringing that kind of insight into your business decisions. Secondly, you can sell this skill as a service to others. Many companies, especially smaller ones, they drown in data but have no idea what to do with it. You could come in as a freelance analyst or consultant, turn their data into a clear action plan, and charge premium fees for delivering growth or savings. So picture telling your client, I found a way to boost your sales 20% by analyzing your customer behavior, and then actually doing it. There are real case studies of entrepreneurs doing just this. One startup founder used business intelligence tools to optimize her inventory and eliminated over $100,000 in annual waste, directly padding her profits. Another built a consulting agency that helps local businesses set up simple dashboards and KPIs, and within a year, he was booking 5-figure contracts regularly. The bottom line is data analytics is practical and learnable. There's tons of online courses, YouTube videos, tools that are now drag and drop. Master it, and you can either supercharge your own business or become the go-to data guru who turns others' confusion into cash. So in this year, data, it's the new oil, and knowing how to drill for it is an extremely high income skill. Now, having great data is pointless if you can't attract customers. That's where our next skill comes in. It's time to cash in on the art of getting noticed. Skill number 3, digital marketing and growth hacking, scaling visibility into wealth. So what is it? Digital marketing is a skill of getting customers for people's businesses online through channels like social media, through search engines, through email, through LLMs and more. Growth hacking is a trendy way to say creative, fast-paced marketing experimentation, right? So finding clever, low-cost tactics to drive growth or sales for your business or other people's. This skill is about making your business impossible to ignore on the internet and turning that attention into revenue. So it covers everything from running targeted ads, optimizing a website to rank on Google or GPT, crafting viral content, analyzing campaign data to tweak for better results, making YouTube videos to spread your message. Why it matters this year is you could have the best product or service in the world, but if nobody knows about it, you don't make a dime. This year, digital marketing remains one of the highest skills for entrepreneurs because online attention is the currency of our kingdom. Just look at the numbers. Global digital ad spending is projected to hit $843 billion. Yes, with a B. Companies large and small are pouring money into Facebook ads, Google searches, TikTok videos, wherever their audience lives online, and they need experts who know how to navigate this landscape. The job outlook also reflects that demand. Marketing roles are expected to grow by 10%, faster than the average for all careers. And in particular, there's surging demand for people skilled in areas like marketing analytics, content creation, and SEO, SEM, because every business wants to rank number one on Google and decode the algorithms of ChatGPT. The beauty of digital marketing is that it's practical and learnable. No MBA required, just practice, creativity, and keeping up with the trends. We're also seeing new frontiers like AI-driven marketing. Over 50% of businesses are already using generative AI to improve their operations. All this means that entrepreneurial marketers who stay sharp can out-hustle their bigger competitors. So in this year, if you know how to get the right message to the right people at the right time online, you basically have a license to print money. So how can you use it as an entrepreneur? Digital marketing is often the make or break skill that determines if you scale or if you stay stuck. And so if you master it and you can acquire customers on demand, you can enter new markets quickly, you can even build a personal brand that multiplies all of your opportunities. Take, for example, an online fitness coach who leverages social media marketing. By mastering YouTube and Instagram, she grows her audience to hundreds of thousands and launches a fitness app that earns 7 figures online. Or think of a small local business owner who uses savvy Google search ads and SEO to dominate local search traffic, right? Their store goes from unknown to the go-to place in town. And these aren't hypotheticals. These things are happening right now, all around us. As an entrepreneur, you can also sell digital marketing expertise. If you're great at, say, SEO or Facebook ads, you can freelance or start an agency. Businesses are eager to pay because they've seen the ROI. For every dollar spent on email marketing can yield $36 in return, as various studies have shown. So a skilled email marketer is worth their weight in gold. Another real world use case, an entrepreneur growth hacked his startup by creating a referral program that went viral. So think Dropbox's free storage for referral strategy, acquiring millions of users without a massive ad budget. That's growth hacking in action. So digital marketing lets you scale up quickly. An ad campaign can reach millions of people overnight. A piece of content that catches fire can bring in floods of traffic. You're not limited by your local area or your storefront. And with analytics tools, you can measure every penny and double down on what works, like truly data-driven marketing. And the emotional side, it's pretty thrilling to see your business blow up because of a campaign that you created. The control is right here. It's in your hands. With consumer attention shifting every year, today it might be YouTube or LinkedIn newsletters. Tomorrow, who knows? Entrepreneurs who have the skill will ride each wave and outpace their competition. Digital marketing and growth hacking are high income skills because they directly drive revenue, and mastering them means you can virtually write your own success story in this digital age. So now you've got the customer's attention. Now we need to convince them to open their wallets. The next skill is all about the art of persuasion, and it's one of the oldest and most profitable tricks in the book. Skill number 4, persuasive communication and storytelling, selling anything to anyone. So what is it? This is the skill of conveying ideas in a compelling way. So that's through sales pitches and marketing copy or even everyday networking conversations. It includes sales and negotiation, right? Convincing a customer or partner to say yes, copywriting, which is writing words that sell from ads to landing pages, and storytelling, crafting a narrative that hooks people in emotionally. It's how to talk or write so people listen, trust you, and feel motivated to act, like clicking the buy now or signing a contract. Why it matters this year is no matter how advanced technology gets, the power of a good story and genuine connection never goes out of style. In fact, as automation rises, those human-centered skills become more valuable. This year's marketplace is hyper-stimulated. Consumers see thousands of ads and posts a day, so the ability to cut through that noise with a resonant message is pure gold. 68% of consumers say that a brand's story influences their buying decisions. People remember stories up to 22 times more than plain facts. That's huge for entrepreneurs trying to build a memorable brand or pitch to investors. And yes, we see evidence that storytelling and communication translate to better results. Marketing campaigns built around a narrative can boost conversion rates by 30% or more. On the sales side, companies are actively looking for leaders with strong social influence and communication skills. Even the World Economic Forum highlighted leadership and social influence as a top skill for the future. Why? Because a person who can rally a team, win over a client, negotiate a profitable deal, they are invaluable. Also, let's talk money. Jobs like sales executives or copywriters are often high paying because they directly bring in revenue. A top performing tech sales rep, for example, can earn a six-figure base salary plus another six figures in commissions. Copywriters who crack the code of Persuasion are similarly rewarded. Many freelance copywriters charge $100 plus an hour, and businesses happily pay because one killer sales page or email sequence can generate hundreds of thousands in sales. Words are powerful, and this year, those who can wield that power expertly will find that it translates into serious income. So how can you use it as an entrepreneur? You're always selling, not just your products, but your vision, your brand, even selling yourself as a trustworthy partner. Persuasive communication turns this into a superpower. Mastering storytelling means you can craft a brand narrative that makes customers feel something and remember you. So for example, instead of just saying, our shoe is comfortable, you share the story of a customer who, thanks to your shoe, ran their first marathon pain-free to honor a loved one, right? Now you're not just selling a shoe, you're selling inspiration, you're selling identity. That's the difference that makes people lifetime fans. On a more practical side, entrepreneurs skilled in communication, they'll just close more deals. So imagine you're negotiating with a supplier or an investor. If you can clearly articulate your value and persuade them effectively, you'll likely get better terms. Maybe tens of thousands saved or gained in one conversation. If you sell services or high-ticket products, strong sales techniques like consultative selling or solutions-based selling is key. Today's customers expect you to understand their needs and tailor your offer. Being able to do that can literally double or triple your closing rate. So for example, you can monetize a skill by offering freelance copywriting or sales consulting. Great copywriters are in short supply, even with AI writing tools around, because someone has to give the AI the right emotional direction. Businesses will pay top dollar for emails and ads that actually convert. One excellent sales page can be worth millions to a company. So paying a writer $10,000 a craft, it's a no-brainer for some companies. Skilled copywriters routinely earn over $150,000 a year once they build a reputation. And don't forget content creators and influencers. They are essentially storytellers too, turning authentic communication into followers and income from ads and sponsorships or product sales. Emotions drive decisions. And if you can tap into emotions with genuine communication, you can drive decisions in your favor. So this year, mastering persuasive communication and storytelling isn't just a nice to have. It's often the difference between a business that just fizzles out and one that actually becomes a phenomenon. We've covered brains, data, marketing, charm. Our final skill might not sound as glamorous, but it's a massive moneymaker in today's world. It's all about protecting the wealth that you're building, and it's an area where demand is exploding. Skill number 5, cybersecurity and data protection, guarding the digital goldmine. Okay, so what is it? Cybersecurity is the skill of keeping data, software systems safe from hackers and breaches. It's being the digital bodyguard for businesses. This includes understanding how to prevent attacks, so think malware, phishing, ransomware, knowing how to plug vulnerabilities in networks or websites, and making sure that companies follow best practices so sensitive information like consumer data is not stolen or compromised. It's deeply technical for those who specialize, but at a high level, it's very learn by doing, problem-solving field, and you don't need a PhD to get good at it, just solid training and experience and a curious mind. Data protection goes hand in hand, so think dealing with proper handling and compliance, like the laws of the land. So for an entrepreneur, having cybersecurity skills means that you can both protect your own venture, but also potentially offer security solutions to other people as a business. So why does it matter this year? One word: risk. As businesses digitize every aspect of their operations, the risk of cyber attacks have skyrocketed, and so have the costs. The average cost of a single data breach hit an eye-watering $4.9 million globally. So for a small or mid-sized company, that kind of hit can be fatal. That's why firms are desperate for cybersecurity expertise and why it's become a high-income skill, high-demand skill. We're in a situation where there aren't nearly enough cybersecurity pros to go around. The global cybersecurity workforce is millions short. One recent study showed about 4.8 million cybersecurity roles are unfulfilled worldwide. There are millions of openings and not enough people with the skills, a gap that widened by 19% in just 1 year. So talent shortage is actually the number one obstacle companies face in securing their systems. This kind of supply-demand mismatch is exactly what drives up incomes for those who have the skill. So companies have even started to prioritize this in budgets because they simply cannot afford the alternative. Companies without adequate security staff end up paying on average $1.76 million more per breach due to slower response and damage control. But just beyond like corporate IT departments, every entrepreneur with an online presence needs at least basic cybersecurity savviness. Cyber threats this year are more sophisticated. Yes, hackers are using AI too. So on top of that, customer trust and regulations require more solid data protection. You don't want to be that startup that leaked user data and lost credibility overnight. So from ransomware attacks, shutting down hospitals, to small businesses getting scammed from phishing, the threat is universal. This urgency is driving a huge market for cybersecurity products and consultants. Global spending on cybersecurity is rising every year, tens of billions of dollars annually, as businesses effectively say, please take our money and keep us safe. If you can step in with the skills to do so, you will be richly rewarded. So as some evidence, top freelance cybersecurity experts report rates of $200 to $300 an hour, and experienced security consultants can make over $500,000 a year by serving multiple clients. So it's no surprise that when the stakes are this high, companies are willing to pay for peace of mind. So how can entrepreneurs use it? If you're building your own company, cybersecurity skills are like an insurance policy and a selling point. You can save a ton of money by implementing security measures yourself instead of hiring some expensive firms, and avoid disaster that could derail your business. But also, being more security minded from day one can be a competitive advantage. You can use that in your marketing. Customers and partners will feel safer dealing with you. So for example, an e-commerce entrepreneur who knows how to secure their payment systems and protect customer data not only avoids costly breaches, but can market their store as ultra secure, which gains more customer trust and extra sales in an era of privacy concerns. On the other side, cybersecurity is also an amazing service and a business opportunity. So given that huge talent gap, you could start a consultancy or freelance as a virtual CISO, as Chief Information Security Officer, for multiple small companies that can't afford one in-house. They get your expertise part-time. You get a hefty paycheck. Some entrepreneurs are launching cybersecurity startups. So whether that's developing a niche security software tool, or you're offering specialized training, there's even demand for things like ethical hackers who companies pay to test their defenses. We've seen solo consultants charge retainers in the thousands per month per client just to be on call for security incidents. And with new data privacy laws popping up all the time, like Europe's GDPR and others, businesses are scrambling for guidance, which is another avenue for advisory services you could offer if you're well versed in compliance. So the key point is this: threats are growing and talent is scarce. If you equip yourself with this skill, you become part of a highly sought after elite group of people. Not only can you command higher fees because preventing a multi-million-dollar breach is essentially worth a high payout, but you also carry the confidence that you can protect the empire that you're building to. In a time where a single hack can wipe out years of effort, the entrepreneurs who understand cybersecurity will safeguard their wealth and even turn security into a profitable service for others. It's truly a high impact, high income skill for today's age. So each of these 5 skills, AI integration, data analytics, digital marketing, persuasive communication, and cybersecurity, hits the sweet spot of being practical, learnable, and immediately valuable this year. They align with the biggest technology shifts and market needs that we are seeing right now. AI is everywhere. Data is the king. Online growth is non-negotiable. Human connection still seals a deal, and security underpins it all. The best part is you don't need a fancy degree to get started with any of these. There are YouTube videos, boot camps, online courses, communities for each skill that you can start learning right now. Entrepreneurs who invest time in mastering even one or two of these will position themselves to generate wealth in the short term. We're talking within a year or two, not decades, and it's all backed by trends and numbers that I've already cited throughout this entire video. The market is hungry for these abilities. So ask yourself, which of these skills speaks to you right now? The entrepreneurs getting rich this year aren't necessarily the ones with the most funding or the fanciest ideas. Often they're the ones who have the right skills at the right time and execute relentlessly. Now you know 5 of those right skills. It's time to choose, learn, and leap. Here's to your success, because this year might be the year your hard work and high-income skills make you the next great success story. To learn how to forget motivation and just do these 11 boring habits for success, check the video right there next to me. I think you'll love it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there. Motivation is overrated. It's a fake friend that shows up when things are exciting and then disappears the minute work gets tough.